this office, y'all. They are just walking around smiling and grinning. So we are live today, everybody. Welcome to our edition of Wine, Women, and Crypto. And I have no idea who I'm interviewing today. This is funny because everybody has wine glasses.
Okay,
And oh, I can't get the wine.
yeah.
I can't grab the wine. They're handing me wine. I can't have my wine.
Denied.
Somebody is standing behind me with something in her hand. So let's see what this is about.
So this is going to be our guest this evening. So this person, if you could just start reading one.
Okay.
Two. Okay, just one and two. Don't go any further than one and two.
Okay. This person, they just handed me a clipboard so you all know what is going on. So this person is a true visionary who breaks down barriers in a male-dominated industry. A highly gifted motivational speaker, mentor, teacher, influencer, and author. Okay.
Keep going.
Oh, number 3, has traveled across the U.S. educating minority communities about Bitcoin.
Keep going.
Is the CEO? I'm acting like I'm real blind now, y'all. I'm actually reading my thing. So it says, is the they are having a ball with this. Is the CVO of the first black-owned brick-and-mortar cryptocurrency exchange in the U.S. and is often referred to as the cream of crypto across all platforms. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you today, I guess, Nigel. Oh my goodness. They are so funny. So funny. Hi, Erica. I can't hear her. Y'all got me choking. So I'm interviewing myself, I guess. So we'll take a few minutes. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I have this glass. Can you see this? Wine, women, and crypto. So I know they don't want me to talk back and forth to myself. So
No, Erica is your host for the evening.
oh, Erica's my host for the evening. This is awesome.
Can you hear me?
So
Okay.
is it my internet? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can Erica come on Clubhouse or no?
Erica, can you come on Clubhouse?
Yes.
Can you get on Clubhouse too? I don't know if we'll get too much feedback though.
Oh, right.
Okay, because even on YouTube we can't hear it right now.
Look at beautiful Erica. They said they can't hear you on YouTube either.
YouTube, no.
Okay, here comes Erica. Okay.
She has a straight. This girl is absolutely beautiful, and she got this black picture. I see it all the time.
She can hear me.
I can definitely hear you,
Okay.
but we have to figure out. You probably have to mute out on Clubhouse because we can't hear you online.
Oh, right. So I can play the audio for Clubhouse from my phone. Oh, Stephanie's saying she can hear me.
Ooh.
We still can't hear her on YouTube, Naja.
Okay, we can't hear you on YouTube.
Oh man. Okay, let me exit from that.
Okay.
Oh, there she's on now.
Oh, they can hear you now. So I'm just gonna mute you on Clubhouse so we don't have the feedback. But go ahead and talk on because Clubhouse can hear you through my cell phone
Awesome.
if we have this right.
You can hear me okay, Miss Naja?
Natalie, can you hear on YouTube?
Yes, I can hear on YouTube.
Okay,
Awesome.
maybe now it's my speakers. Hold on. Say hello again.
Hello. Welcome everybody.
Yes, I can hear her on YouTube.
Okay, everybody can hear you but me. So hold on. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, come on in. Say testing.
Testing.
We cannot. Ariana, can you do that?
Welcome. Thank you, everyone.
That would be why. So everybody be patient with us for 30 seconds.
No
I
problem.
think the speaker is unplugged right there. Look, open the door. Plug it. It's unplugged. Right there by your knee. Yeah, there's a strip right here too. All right, so I think we're in the game. Let's try this again.
Okay.
All right,
Can you hear me okay?
there we go.
Yes?
Yes, we
Okay.
hear you. All right.
Well, first and foremost, thank you everyone for your patience. We're so grateful. So my name is Erica Swatson. I have the privilege of serving with the Crypto Blockchain Plug team. And what you just witnessed was us surprising Miss Naja and her finding out that she's our surprise guest for tonight. And so the team came together, and the whole idea behind tonight was to really allow all of you to be able to get to know Miss Naja more, as she is the visionary behind Crypto Blockchain Plug, Wine, Women in Crypto, everything that we do. And so, yes, we want to provide the opportunity for you to get to know Miss Naja more tonight. But then we also want to celebrate her. We want to honor her. We want to show our great appreciation to Miss Naja for everything that she's done and everything that she's doing. So Miss Naja, we love you. We thank you so much.
Oh, y'all gonna make me cry. Who is this guest? I thought y'all were bringing on Kamala Harris or somebody.
It's coming. It's coming. It's
Oh,
coming.
no, I'm teasing, but thank you all. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Naja, you're really changing the trajectory of families and generations to come. And we don't take your sacrifice and your selflessness, we don't take it lightly. And so we want to give you our flowers today and, for as long as we can, while you can appreciate them. So thank you, Miss Naja. We love you.
Thank you. I love you.
Okay, so we're going to get started.
Okay.
Before I get into the fun stuff, a few things for our audience members. So please share the link to this YouTube video with as many people as you can. We do that you will, and the other people that you invite to join us will take away something very useful, impactful from tonight's conversation. Please follow us on social media. So Crypto Blockchain Plug on Facebook and Instagram, and then Crypto Plug 3 on Twitter. Join our new exclusive community called the Virtual Underground Railroad. And you can join that community by going to virtualundergroundrailroad.io. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We're going to get to as many of them as we can. And that is all. We hope that you have your wine or your Naja. What do you think?
I do. I like sweet wine, so they gave me a glass of sweet wine, and it actually says Wine, Women, and Crypto.
Oh, yes.
I am super excited about having trademarked that.
Yes.
Because I'm happy about it. I guess we may talk about it. I'll tell y'all why in a little while, but go ahead.
Okay. And welcome to those on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Clubhouse. Thank you for joining us. And any links that you need. So let's say that Miss Naja talks about, some of the organizations that she's founded. Our team, shout out to Celeste and Sam, they're going to put it in the chat. So any links that you possibly need to get more information on what we talk about, you can find in there. So I'm drinking a sparkling cider.
You drinking sparkling cider? Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's get to it.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to play a little icebreaker, a little game called Would You Rather. So I'm going to give you two options, and then you're going to select which you prefer out of the two. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to start off easy and simple. Savory grits or sweet grits?
Ooh. Not sweet grits. Seasoned grits. I like seasoning salt in my grits.
Okay, next one.
Okay.
A Rolls Royce or a Bentley?
I like the Bentley because I like the Bentley truck.
Okay. Do you pour the cereal first or the milk first?
The cereal, definitely.
That's the only way. Lauren Hill or Erica Badu?
Oh my goodness, you made that one too hard. Uh, Erica Hill.
Oh, both of them together. I love it. Smart.
You know, I love Erica Badu. I love Lauren Hill, so I'd have to just say Lauren Hill.
Awesome. Okay. Would you rather dance salsa or break dance?
I didn't hear the second one. You said salsa or
Or break dance?
break dance. I will break something if I break dance right now. So I'd have to say salsa.
Okay. All right. So we have a funny one coming. So if there was one mode of transportation that you could have for the rest of your life, would you rather travel on a donkey or a giraffe?
Ooh, a giraffe. A giraffe.
Giraffe? Okay.
And I'm going to plan on doing that for the rest of my life.
Okay, two more and then we're done.
Okay.
So, would you rather speak to animals or know other people's thoughts?
Know other people's thoughts. That would be awesome.
Yeah, right. And the last one is, would you rather go into the past and meet ancestors or go into the future and meet your great great grandchildren?
Ooh, go into the future and meet my great great grandchildren. That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be
Thank
awesome.
you for playing Would You Rather. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so that was Would You Rather. So now we're gonna get into some questions. Allow everyone to get to know you better. So
Yes.
the first question is, let's talk about Miss Naja, a younger Miss Naja, before you learned about the crypto space. So we can talk about, where you were born, raised, what school you went to, maybe what profession you were doing before you got into the crypto space. So tell us a little bit about yourself prior to blockchain technology and crypto.
So Miss Naja was born and raised here in Los Angeles, California. Grew up in a city called Watts, which is inside of Los Angeles, but it's the east side of Los Angeles. Very, very intrigued my entire life with all things that had to do with the streets. So anything that was news and chaos and stuff going on, that was what intrigued me. And so while my mother was a teacher who never got a B in her life, she has straight A's. And my dad worked for aerospace. I was quite the opposite child. So just always exploring and wondering why things are the way that they are. So that's one of my things that I did.
Yeah. And so what were you doing before crypto, like professionally?
I served as a financial advisor, so I was doing 401ks, annuities, insurance,
Awesome.
all of those types of things, and just really trying to help my community. My husband and I both got into financial services because we really thought that we could affect change. We thought that we could stop all the car washes that were going on, that people were raising money because they needed to bury somebody. We quickly found out that there was more to it than the fact that we didn't have life insurance.
Right.
So, yeah.
And so before we move on into more of the blockchain technology crypto space conversation, what were some interesting jobs you've had in the past?
So as an entrepreneur, well, first of all, I'll go back a little bit.
Sure.
So when I graduated high school, I went to a HBCU. I went to Bethune-Cookman College, and I studied criminal justice administration. And coming out of college, I thought I was going to work for the district attorney's office of Los Angeles because my ultimate goal was to become an attorney. But when I got back to the city of Los Angeles after college with my degree, everything was on a hiring freeze. There were no jobs available of any substance because, again, there was a hiring freeze. And so I actually stood in line for about 8 hours to get a job at one of the most popping places possible. And I always like to make a joke and tell everybody I got hired at the happiest place on earth. So you know where that is?
I'm
That-
afraid to say Disney.
Everybody says. So I'm fresh out of college with my criminal justice degree, and I go to work for the Department of Motor Vehicles, which is the most boring job ever. So that was an interesting job because my personality did not work well at the Department of Motor Vehicles. In fact, I got written up for over familiarity with the other guests because people would be in line and they would wait on me. They didn't want to go to the other tellers because everybody else was grumpy and I wasn't grumpy. So they would literally write me up. So I tell everybody here in California that I am responsible for the number system. When you go to the DMV here in California, you have to pull a number and have a seat. But prior to that, they used to stand in line, but nobody would move to the next tellers. They would all be waiting on me. So my supervisor used to get ticked off. So yeah, that was my most interesting job. Actually, that was my only job after college.
Awesome.
My only job.
Beautiful. So let's talk about some hardships and some obstacles that you faced prior to getting into the crypto space. Do you want to talk about some of those hardships and obstacles?
So I've had several. So just my inquisitive nature. I've always wondered why things are the way that they are. So I've done everything from, as I stated, life insurance to some of you may remember back several years ago, there was this body garment that women were selling in the inner city, and it was all over the United States. I used to travel everywhere. And so I used to sell girdles, and I was making close to $12,000 a month selling girdles back in the 90s. So that was end of the 90s, well, no, not end of the 90s, end of the like 2000, it was about 2006 or 7. And so I've done that. I've done Amway. I've been in network marketing forever. I love network marketing because of who you meet. And so I've had and done a lot of things. And so adversity wise, there's been many. So we'll first start with men. Some of the adversities. I am happily married. I've been married to my husband now for going on 11 years. I'm excited about that. But prior to that, this is actually my third marriage. So just the adversities that you face when you're a strong-willed woman and not overbearing or anything like that, but just when you want to take care of your children and be the best that you can be, and you're not willing to allow anybody to interfere with that. So I did go through some adversities, some domestic violence issues. And so speaking to that was an adversity. One of my other major adversities early on in the end of the 90s was actually I was incarcerated. So I was incarcerated after working for the DMV because I stopped working at the DMV. There were some things going on there that the judge said I knew or should have known as a supervisor. But you know how we grew up in the community. It's not my problem. It's not my issue. As the kids say today, snitches get stitches. So I just was myself and, just did what I needed to do and worried about myself. But again, as we live, we learn. And I've heard the term so many times that ignorance is no excuse for the law. So that was a huge adversity. But anytime you have adversity, in my opinion, you turn that lemon into lemonade. So, that adversity became several different things. So since I have been home 20 years this year, coincidentally, I have seen at least 4 women that were life prisoners that were released from prison because of my ability to write their writs to help them petition for their release just based on laws that had been changed. And people were sitting there and didn't understand that they could go retroactive back in time. And so I totally say everything happens for a reason. So that criminal justice degree
Yep.
then wound up working for me in there. I got a lot of women's rights while I was in there because I wrote them to death. There were these complaint forms that inmates could actually fill out. And so I decided to use them because nobody else was. And so I got things for our institution that women that had been there for 30 years were like, oh my goodness, like we've never had a privilege to do some of the things that they have to provide for you, like decent food, decent water, decent shelter. And so I was able to do that. So again, I really know that, God does everything decently and in order. And in trusting him, I was actually able to really be the change that I wanted to see inside of there.
Yeah.
And so that adversity, again, was a blessing to some. It was a blessing to more people than just myself. It also gave me an opportunity to really stop and focus and figure out, where I was going wrong in my life and what tweaks I needed to make to get on track to really focus on having the right husband with the right situations and just all of those things. And so it allowed me to be, if you would say, looking through a different set of lenses. And so just coincidentally, that adversity helped me, when I initially went, I had like season seats to the Lakers, like third or fourth row, like had paid an astronomical amount to have these seats and just really just enjoying life and not really realizing that there was so much more that I had to offer. Because for me, it had always been about the money. So, a lot of times when you see me right now, I don't think you'd ever tell that I was about money, but I wasn't about hurting my community, but I was always about buying and having and enjoying. And so I had this rule in my life where I never did drugs, I never drank alcohol, never smoked weed. And the reason why was because I had a saying to myself that if I cannot wake up in the morning and see what I purchased, I wasn't going to buy it because I was a stuff person. So when you hear me talking to these youngsters today about stuff, just having stuff and buying stuff and being holders of stuff, I really say that from the heart, because if we look back at, our 90s and our late 80s, like we really could be millionaires had we taken the monies that we made and really put them in places. And so, that sit down, I'll call it, that sit down allowed me to realize that the world was going to go on with or without me, right? I was in this secluded place and the Lakers could care less. At the time, I think that was Shaq and some other, they could care less.
Right.
But, we spend so much of our time and energy being, I would say, cheerleaders for everything else everybody else is doing. And then when it is, our turn to really do something, like it's like nobody's there, nobody really cares. And so in that adversity, I'm probably talk you longer than an hour, but I'm not going to talk that long. But in that adversity, I realized that as blonde as this may sound, that women actually go to prison. So I grew up in the hood, a product of the hood, enjoyed the hood, but I had never heard women going to prison. So it was quite a shock to me to get to this institution, and there were 6,000 other women on my yard and 6,000 women on another yard, and prisons all up and down the state of California that was full of women. And what I realized in this adversity was that when women go to prison, it is a totally different story than when men go to prison. And so we won't go all the way down that rabbit hole, but I need everybody to think about people that you have known. If you don't know anybody, kudos to you. But people that do know of individuals that have been incarcerated at some point, specifically men. You know, if a man goes, they have somebody to take care of their children because it's typically the wife or the girlfriend. They have somebody that has a stable house because they left from that house and that house is still being maintained.
Right.
Their clothes are maintained. If they had a car, their car is being maintained. But what I figured out for women was that when women are incarcerated, all of that disappears because somebody has to take care of your children. And 9 times out of 10, it's not that significant other because they've got other things to do. And so when your family assumes that responsibility, and this is after some case studies and things that I did while I was there, just really figuring out the mindset of the families. And they basically felt like because they were taking care of your children, they didn't need to do anything for you because they had taken on that responsibility. And for that reason, children never saw, most of the children who have mothers that are incarcerated never ever see their children until they actually return home because family members are not willing to come up and bring the kids to visit and do all of those things because they feel like, again, they're doing enough just by taking care of your children. But if you think about men in that situation, the women at home will bring the children to go visit their dad, will bring the children to go visit that significant other. And it just was complete the opposite. So out of that whole fiasco, I formed a business plan inside of my adversity. I learned how to type inside of my adversity, and I wrote a business plan. And when I came home, I started an organization called Family Knots Express, and that's the knots that you tie. So it was Family Knots Express. We tie family knots that cannot be undone. And my whole business model was to take children to visit their incarcerated parents in the 38 state prisons here and the 14 federal prisons. So, those of you that do not know, California is the prison industry complex, period. There's no other state that has as many institutions as California. And so I took that adversity and started a nonprofit just really helping kids on the mental health side. But what I had to do is really be the champions for change and let people know that children are victims of crime too. So yes, there's a victim, like somebody that actually got victimized, but our children are victims of crime too. And so we started to do mental health services around that and some of those things. So that was one of my biggest adversities in life. I'll say it that way. But yes.
And just to speak to how selfless and how true, to the cause that you are and how committed you are to the community. I know that you've taken in some children that are not biologically yours, right?
Yes. So currently I have 4 children that are not biologically mine. Again, I'm a product of my community. And it's not, it's not enough to say like what I'm doing right now is hecka hard. I'll just tell you that because I'm 52 and I had no intentions of having grandchildren right now. I told all my kids, no grandkids. My baby is 25. But God didn't say the same. So I actually have right now, I have a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, and an 11-year-old, and they're siblings. And they were one of my employees' children. And so she came to a point in her life where she couldn't take care of them anymore. And so she decided to drop them off at Department of Children and Family Services. And I went and made a phone call to find out what their fate was because the boyfriend called me, told me she wasn't coming to work and she left the kids. And they told me that because of their ages, at the time they were 1, 3, 6, and 7, they told me that they would have to be split up because, of course, in most communities, which we all know that there's not a lot of African American foster parents, because people don't qualify to be foster parents. Are they and not and they make it hard. So and we see something different here in California as it relates to the demographic of people that they allow to be foster parents for our children. And none of them look like us. So that's a whole nother story. So my husband and I decided to allow the mom to get it together. And we were supposed to keep the children for 90 days. And this year we are going on 5 years. So, yep. So it's been a challenge. It definitely has not been easy.
Wow, Ms. Naja. First of all, thank you for your vulnerability in sharing your story. I think a lot of people can relate to your story. And I think one thing about individuals like you who have experienced adversity, right? I think, it's easy to go through things in life and have it stifle you, right? So I think that one thing that you've been able to do is you've been able to take your tragedy, your adversity, and turn it around for good. And so my next question is, what is your self-talk? Like when it comes to, feelings of doubt, of fear, of feeling inadequate, right? How do you talk to yourself? What are you doing? What are some practices? Because I do believe that there are people on this live stream who can really learn from your practices and just who you are as a person, so that come adversity, which will come, they can be able to pick up from some of the skills that you've been able to just master. So
man, I just have to say faith, be it whatever it is. So one of the things a lot of people don't know is that I converted to Islam at some point, but have always been very spiritual and know that the Most High is just in control no matter what. And then just pulling from my Christianity side to remember that, God never puts more on us than we can bear.
Right.
And it is tough. It's tough a lot of times. So I can tell you as early as this weekend, passing, like things are just always the obstacles come, but I always also again pulling from faith know that whenever there's a storm or there's a storm before it's calm and beautiful. And this phase has been no different at all. It's been adversity after adversity after adversity. But if I give up, then they won and they're not winning. And whoever they is, they're not winning.
Yes. And that's on period. Oh.
Period. Done. They are not winning. So if it's closing and shutting down my bank accounts because I'm helping educate the community and I'm selling cryptocurrency with a license, I am not going to allow them to defeat me. So I will continue to do what I need to do. If it's, just again, the adversary comes in so many shapes, forms, and fashion.
Right.
It comes in the shape of, people in your family who are having disagreements that, not at the right time, like not right now. We cannot do this right now, but it happens. And so you got to be able to pick yourself up and remember what your purpose is. Remember what your goal is, what you were called to do, if you know what that is. And I would have to say, if I wasn't convicted about knowing what my purpose is, which is to lead my community out of financial slavery, then I would just give up. I would have been gone to Ghana because I'm done. I've been done over here. I just want to go live on the beach and enjoy myself. But I know that there's work for me to do. And again, I put that in my business plan. I read it every day. Things do not go by any means like I want them to go. And again, every day there's an adversity, but you've got to take a look at it, figure out how you need to maneuver, but you have to be flexible.
Yes.
Flexibility and entrepreneurship go hand in hand because the way I plan my day may not be how it goes. And I've just got to pivot at the drop of a dime. Something may happen and I got to change everything I plan. Like today, I was going to today I was going to interview somebody, and now I have Erica interviewing me. You got to be ready. So, and you just, and she may make you tear up, right? But I have to stay strong for not just my children, but again for our community, because if we don't get this right, based on what I see, and I'm in this all day, every day, if we do not get this right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be the permanent underclass. The study is already out that there are 3.5 million of our families right now that have a negative net worth. That is sickening, scary. I'm not talking about in 10 years. I'm talking about in 2021. 3.5 million families, not people, families have a negative net worth in our community. And so we've got to do something. We've got to do something quick. And we've got to collaborate with those that are not scared to actually challenge what's happening in our country.
Yes. You are not only the queen of crypto, you are the young modern day Harriet Tubman, as you call yourself. And you're an inspiration. We thank you, Miss Naja. Thank you for being the strong woman that you are. We
Well,
love
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you and I love you as well.
Okay,
Yes.
let's pivot if that's okay. We're going to
Yes.
pivot into a conversation about blockchain technology and Bitcoin. I've learned so much from you and from the Black Bitcoin Billionaires group. And so my question is, why, first of all, what is blockchain technology? What is crypto and why is it important?
So the simple way to understand blockchain technology really quickly is that it's a sophisticated database. And I love to give my analogy that a database does four things. You put information in there, you store the information in there, you can alter the information in, and if you want to, you can just delete the information or you can delete the database altogether. But blockchain technology is a sophisticated database that only does two things. You put information on there and you share it with everybody around you. There is no altering or deleting it. The fact is the fact is the fact. And so that is blockchain technology. Well, blockchain started back in around 1992. Contrary to what some people have argued me on the Black Bitcoin Billionaires, but the blockchain has been around since the 90s, the early 90s. And it was this technology that was great, but nobody could really figure out what the good use case was. So when Bitcoin came out, Bitcoin was that killer app that was on the blockchain that made everybody say, okay, this thing can work. We can have some sort of immutable, whatever it is, but this just happened to be the blockchain and money. And so this digital currency called Bitcoin was created by an anonymous person named Satoshi Nakamoto. And the biggest thing that I can say about the mindset of the people or persons or man or woman who created it, because we don't know who created it, was it was power to the people. And so I always make a joke and say Satoshi is a Black woman because that person was resilient. They didn't give up and they wanted to stick it to the middleman. Yeah. And the middleman needs to be stuck to because they have been sticking it to us for hundreds of years. Right. And so this Bitcoin is giving power to the people if they understand how to use it correctly, if they understand the technology, and it is going to revolutionize the way we look at money from here on out. Uh-oh, I didn't hear your question. One more time.
I said, are you sure you're not Satoshi Nakamoto?
If I was Satoshi Nakamoto, I'd be I don't even know which one of those characters it was in the hood. I would be passing out money, but I would be passing out the money and telling everybody, let's roll. We got to get overseas and get up out of here. Because, when folks keep telling you they don't want you here, like, why are we still doing this, right? So that's no, but I wish I was Satoshi Nakamoto. I would really give back more than I have thus far.
We know that you are. No, genius. That's really what it is. And you get the technology and, the fact that it's such an opportunity. Why do you think our community should really take Bitcoin seriously? Like, what is it about Bitcoin? And then if you can talk a little bit about, the digital revolution tour that you went on and that you're about to go on to ensure that our community has the right information, and that they really, invest in that grandfather crypto, the crypto that we know is really going to change the trajectory of our generations to come.
So, as an ex-financial advisor, I'll say it that way. As an ex-financial advisor, I really worked hard trying to really figure out like what products we can actually give our people that would be beneficial. So, in saying that, like I've read disclaimers. I've unfortunately had to give out a couple of life insurance policies after somebody was deceased, and just really trying to get the mindset of our communities in place. And again, looking at the financial structure, looking at stocks and bonds and the things that have been good to us. And again, stocks and bonds, real estate, all those things have been phenomenal. But at the end of the day, somebody else is making way more money than we're making. And again, not that those things aren't good and not that those things don't work. But if we look back over our history and we take a really close look, that the fact that, and y'all hear us probably say this all too much, 152 years ago in the Emancipation of Proclamation, Black folks in America held less than 1% of the wealth. Well, in 2021, we hold less than 1% of the wealth. So I had to step back and ask myself, if all these things are so good to us, then why are we in the same predicament we were in 151 years ago? But it just looks a little bit different, but we've gone nowhere. So in order for us to do and get what we need to get, we've got to do something different than what we've done the last 151 years. But when there are no options, you have to continue to do what was given to you. But now with Bitcoin and several other opportunities, there are options, and we need to look at those options, and we need to learn those options, and we need to figure out how viable they are going to be for our families first, and then our communities second. So I know that this is our opportunity. Nobody controls it. They can't do a red line. In fact, yesterday I spoke for a real estate agency. It's actually I found out a couple of weeks ago when I spoke for a big California convention of realtors that Black people in California couldn't even be called real estate agents. They were called realtists. I had no idea. Wow. So there's this organization called the Realtists because they kept it up. It's been around like 100 years. Wow. And so at that organization, we were still discussing that there's still a red line at the banks as to how much or where they loan monies. Like all these systematic oppression things are still in place. And so I said all of that to say, this is the first time in history that we can take matters into our own hands. We can be our own banks. We can make our own loans. We can do some of the things that we need to do to ensure that our community is winning and not always on the low end of the totem pole. And so I'm really, really thankful and grateful for that.
That's awesome, Nigel. So, if there are any newbies tuning in and listening, what are some resources? What are some, a few quick resources that they can purchase or look into or tune into, so that they can become, knowledgeable about Bitcoin and its importance and just learn more about the space?
Well, for the last couple of years, we've been working really hard to refine and get a good funnel together for our community. So number one, I have constructed a Bitcoin Business Basics. It is a leaflet that you can actually utilize to kind of walk you through the cryptocurrency space from beginning to end. And then I also have my own social media platform now because I'm tired of the algorithms and the things that are happening with Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Because sometimes people see my stuff and sometimes they don't, just depending on what the social media platform does. So we have the virtual, and it's not but it's virtual underground railroad.io. And inside of virtual underground railroad, that's my way of leading our community out of um, leading our people out of financial slavery. They can go there, they can find out how to buy and sell real estate with Bitcoin. They can find out how to, as a business owner, earn Bitcoin. You don't always have to buy it. They can go there to find out how to get free Bitcoin. They can go there to find the best exchanges. Inside of the virtual underground railroad, I've really been breaking down some things. Like right now, we've got the Gary Gensler thing that's going on. I actually pulled a periodical from my law books about what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. So if you go in there, you can actually read it, because you really need to know what those laws are so that you can start to have intelligent conversations with maybe just your council person. And then from your council person to your congressperson, to your mayor. Like, we have got to start to be vocal about the fact that this should not just be for individuals that are high net worth. It needs to be made accessible to all, because that's what it was designed for. And I know that if they don't allow us to do what we need to do as a community in this supposedly free country, people are just going to do it anyway. I mean, that's just the honest truth. I think we're way too far in. We've got too much stuff going on to have them say, you can only buy cryptocurrencies if you can show us that you have $1 million or more. Like, that is so unfair. And that is what I'm hearing quite often from our representatives. And we got to work on that. So I also, in the virtual underground railroad, I just posted a PDF that was written by Clev, for those of you that know Clev, but it was signed by 10 or 15 of us and sent to the Capitol so that they can understand that we really would like to have a conversation about what's going on. And then coming up December 8th, there's another hearing. I posted that link in the virtual underground railroad too, so that we can see what Congresswoman Maxine Waters is saying and doing. And she's pulling in the big CEOs of all the major exchanges to come in and talk. And so I think that on December 8th, we all need to tune in, and then we all need to start seeing what we can do to really get vocal. The sooner, the better, because as these laws get implemented, it's harder to turn them around once they get implemented. So just wanted to share that.
If I can just add a few more, because you're doing incredible things in this space. I feel like, it's a long list. But to everyone who's watching, please join our Meetup group. All the events that we have are listed there. And so you'll be able to register. You'll be able to get the link. So please, 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 we have Bitcoin Business Basics that's coming up. We have On the Block. So we touch on various aspects of blockchain technology and this crypto space. So please get plugged in there. Miss Nigel also hosts a room on Clubhouse. So Clubhouse is an audio-only app. You want to go to your app store and download that. But she hosts a room called Crypto Virgin Hour, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, where crypto virgins, who are people who are new to the space, can go and ask any questions that they have. So you want to get plugged in there. And
I say, before you go to the next one, we just have to thank Natalie and Black Regal, who have been ride or die to help keep that room open, because I'm stretching myself super thin right now, because I know that our window of opportunity is short, but we got to keep educating, and the show must go on. And so I have to say again to Natalie and Black Regal, who are always there no matter what, to really keep the room going and to hold it down. We've had a great year. We're actually coming up December. I will be on Clubhouse. I need to have a Clubhouse party. I think it's December 16th. I've been on Clubhouse for an entire year. And it seems like forever because everybody on there, we have become friends. We have become family. And this is the right space. So anybody that is watching, just know that Crypto Blockchain Plug, which is the exchange, but also the Black Bitcoin Billionaire family is a great family to become a part of. And we've got some great things up our sleeve for 2022. I am singing my song every morning, which I didn't tell you about that inspiration, but I'm with Drake and a couple people saying I'm on one.
Yes.
First one to know I'm on one. So we got to go hard or go home in 2022.
Yes.
And so the halving period is going to happen in 2024. So when 2022 hits, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 years before the halving period, however you want to say it, halving, whatever. The amount of Bitcoin that is created every 10 minutes is going to be cut in half, which is going to make it scarce. Right. And then we've got a short window of opportunity after that before other people, before the price has historically gone up. So I'm telling myself that I've got this 2 years to get every Black and brown community to really hear the call about Bitcoin specifically and get their fair share. Yep. And so we can move forward to what this looks like in 2025.
That's awesome. That's incredible. So everyone, please do not do this alone. Get plugged into everything Crypto Blockchain Plug is doing, everything Ms. Naja is doing, everything the Black Bitcoin Billionaires group is doing. Please don't do this alone. We should do this together, and so that we can build that generational wealth. Ms. Naja, you spoke about 2022. So let's talk about, as we're wrapping up, let's talk about some of the things that you have coming up. So I'm going to mention an organization or something that's coming up, and then you could just give us a brief description of, what we are to expect, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
And so the first thing is Crypto Blockchain Plug. What do we have coming up in 2022? What can people expect?
So Crypto Blockchain Plug has filed for its 501c3. So I have gone nonprofit with Crypto Blockchain Plug. Why is that? Because for me, this is not about the money. For me, this is about educating our community. I believe the money will come whenever it comes, if it comes, whatever, however that works out. So we will have, first and foremost, education coming to a city near you for all sorts of different things that we can now get sponsored because we're under a different structure. But we are going to do, man, that was a loaded question, Erica, but I got some, they always tell me I talk too much, but we've got a tour coming up, another digital revolution tour that is coming to a city near you. Mm-hmm. So we will be in 35 cities this year, starting in California, going all the way up down through the South, up to Boston, back across to Milwaukee, because I didn't do Milwaukee this year, but I'm going to do Milwaukee this in 2022. Right. And then I'll be coming back down, and I'll also be hitting Las Vegas because I didn't do Las Vegas. So, and we will also be coming to the Bay Area. We got to figure this out, but we definitely will be doing that. So we have that going. We have locked arms with the HBCU coalition. So we will be bringing education to our HBCUs. We also are in the process right now of restructuring so that this brick and mortar that I have will actually come. I'm just going to give you the 50-foot view. The 50-foot view, we will have a location in every inner city across the United States. Yay! In that location, you will be able to not only walk in, buy and sell your cryptocurrency, but if you need to take a loan on your cryptocurrency, we will have that available. if you're short on your bills, your light bill, your gas bill, you need food, we will be doing micro lending again. We're preaching be your own bank, but how can we be our own banks if we don't trust each other and we don't start to loan money? We will have our own BCs inside of our location. So if you have a business or a tech business, we will be able to give you the money that you need to start your business with some equity, of course. But we will have the capability of loaning funds. We are again partnering with several people like Black Regal that are going to bring the health and wellness, because I am a firm believer that there is no, without your health, your wealth doesn't matter. And so several of us need to get that under control. So we're partnering with individuals like him, but we've also partnered with individuals that are going to get us our buildings in whatever neighborhoods we're in. We are going to buy our own buildings, and we are going to. And a lot of people don't like when I say it this way, but it is the honest to goodness truth. We're going to gentrify our own communities, right? We're going to come in, we're going to build up and buy up our own properties. We're going to call the authorities when the trash is not being dumped. We're going to make them do what they should be doing anyway, which nobody does, but we're going to make sure that our districts, our little crypto districts, are very nice, and we deserve it.
Yeah.
Black and brown communities, we deserve to have something nice.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to renovate it. We're going to make it look like the best and the greatest of the neighborhoods.
Yes.
And we're going to have pride in ownership. And so that's a little bit of what is coming for 2022.
Yes. And then Crypto Kids Camp. Can we talk a little bit about that real quick?
Sure. So Crypto Kids Camp meets board members. Whoever's listening, whether it's this today, whether it's next week, whether it's next month, Crypto Kids Camp needs some serious board members that are serious about seeing some things change in their community. We've had a great group of individuals. However, we really need some folks that are ready to roll up their sleeves. There's a lot of work to do, and there are a lot of adversities, as I spoke to before, and they can't be scared to really try to bring the education to the kids. And we need some strong folks. So if you're interested, we are accepting applications for the board of directors for Crypto Kids Camp, because I am ex-naying some folks coming up for 2022, because we got to get the work done. We don't have time to play with this.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Right. And this past Tuesday was Giving Tuesday, right?
Yes, last Tuesday was Giving Tuesday, but people can give whenever they get ready. We still, we're a nonprofit organization, so you'll get a write-off. But we teach children all of the emerging technologies in our community. So we tell everybody we go beast mode on break, and really quickly that stands for blockchain, evolution of money, which is the E. The A is artificial intelligence, augmented reality. And then we have the S, which is cybersecurity technology. The M for mode is mining or machine learning. The O is online gaming. D is DApps or decentralization, drones as well. And the last one is E for engineering. And our children actually go home with their own laptop, their own cell phone that's full of cryptocurrencies. They go home with a VR headset. They also have a drone that they go home with, Alexa Home come this next year, because we're partnering with Amazon. And we also, and when I say partner with Amazon, please don't think we've got a bunch of money. They're doing it in kind, right? So they're giving us some of these tech tools. That's a good start, but we still have staff and expenses and stuff like that. But our children go home with all those things.
That's awesome. That's incredible. So if you would like to donate to Crypto Kids Camp, please go to cryptokidscamp.org, and we would greatly appreciate any support that you can provide for the kids. Last but not least, Ms. Naja, two more events or things that we are to expect in 2022. Your book, and then is it too early to talk about a show that you're going to be doing?
Oh wow. Okay. So see, I'm all over the place, y'all. I told y'all I'm on one. So every morning, not every morning, but at least 3 days a week, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I am trying to complete my book. It's called The M&Ms of Life.
Wow.
So as you all heard, I've had some diversities. The diversities, adversities. I'm definitely diversified in my cryptocurrency and my other stuff, but I've had some adversities. But I believe that every one of my adversities can be a stepping stone for somebody else.
Absolutely.
So I wrote this book called The M&Ms of Life, and the M's stand for men, money, ministry, mayhem, motherhood, the motherland, which I'm going to. It's just all these M's seem to be around me. And so I called it the M&Ms of Life. I'm finishing that up. The book will drop on March 1st, 2022.
Ooh, say
Yes, because it is Women's History Month. And so we want to do that for Women's History Month. And then on January 8th, I am proud to say that I'm the new radio personality for the Tavis Smiley radio show. So I will be doing a show called Ahead of the Crypto Curve. So we'll have everybody download the actual app, because it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can listen to my show. It's going to be every Saturday at 10 o'clock Pacific, again called Ahead of the Crypto Curve. And then last but not least, I am going to start filming my pilot for my own TV show. That will be out sometime in 2022. I don't know when. It's called the Nigel Roberts Show. And so you understand kind of what it is. It's more behind the scenes of all this stuff I'm doing. And people that we're interviewing that are critical to our space and our crypto infrastructure, just really pulling out of people why we should be in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and what it means to our community. So stay tuned for that. We will have a pilot. We're going to start shooting that film on the 19th and 20th of December. I was supposed to lose some weight for that, but it is what it is. So I've been pushing it back, but I got to get out this chair so I can get up and do some stuff. But I will be on the set starting December 19th and 20th, filming the Nigel Roberts Show. Originally, we thought I would be like the Oprah Winfrey of crypto. But we've since changed that a little bit. They've got some creative ideas. If you've heard of that show, like where the comedians get interviewed in the car. So they've got some crazy stuff for me to do, and I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be exciting and new. And we'll let Oprah stay the queen of that, right? And maybe I'll be the queen of the car or something. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. So yeah, that's what else we got going on.
Yeah, that's awesome, and we're super excited for you. Congratulations on everything. We know that it's gonna be awesome, and the community is gonna greatly benefit from it. So thank you, Ms. Naja. We're ready to support, right, everybody? In the comments, right? If you're ready to pre-order.
She said, yes, the pre-orders for the book will be out during Black History Month, but it'll actually drop on May the 1st. So I'm excited, and you all can listen to the radio show for free every single Saturday. You can get your friends and family to download the app. It's KBLA is the call letters. K is in kite, B is in boy, LA for Los Angeles. But again, it's going all around the world. So you just have to have the app on your phone, and you can listen in. You can hear Tavis Smiley also. He has his own show, but I will be on there. I'm excited. It hasn't sunk in yet, but it will soon.
Yes. Two more questions, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
The first one is, let's say that all of the nations of the world could see a billboard on the moon, and in one sentence, you would put what you want your legacy to be. What would that one sentence be? What would that billboard say?
That billboard would say,
Yeah.
if they don't give you a seat at the table,
Hmm.
bring a folding chair. That's what I'm telling you. So that is what I would say. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair.
Yeah.
So that's it. We're here. We're not going anywhere. They may not like it. I may not get in the doors that other people get in, but we will be doing what we need to do for our community.
Absolutely. Final question, or
Yeah.
not really a question, but like, or it is. Sorry. What's your call to action to everyone who's tuned into the live stream or who's going to watch the replay? What are our marching orders?
The marching orders, ladies and gentlemen, are first and foremost is to make sure that your family has acquired at least, and I know this is a tall order, so we're going to break it down. You need at least one Bitcoin per family. So I know that we all cannot afford one Bitcoin per family, but we've got to start somewhere. So start with $5, start with $10, dollar cost average as long and as much as you can. I'm not a financial advisor anymore providing financial advice, but there will only ever be 21 million. And if you hold some of it, I wish for you that you could have at least one. And one sounds like no big deal because some people may have 5, 10, 20, but we're not looking at them. We have our blinders on. We're focusing on our families. So get to 1,000,000 Satoshis, which right now today is about $570. Maybe that looks like $10 today, $20 next week, $40 the next week, $20 the next week. Just dollar cost average your way till you get to that 1,000,000 Satoshis. After you finish that 1,000,000, set your goal to get another 1,000,000. And then you get another 1,000,000. And then you get another 1,000,000. And soon, when you look up in the next 5 to 6 years, if you get on your blinders, you will have your stuff in place. And I know that there's other shiny things that are happening. And I'm not saying don't get involved with those, but I'm saying make sure that your foundation is there.
Yeah.
And so we want your foundation to be secure. And we can, we can do other things. I'm comfortable with saying that because again, I sit in the space every day. I see the technology. I see where it's going. I see who's getting involved. And I see that the goal is for us not to have any and for everybody else to have some, like it's been traditionally happening, but we're not letting that happen this day. So we're going to maybe not buy those Jordans this year and maybe spend that $200 someplace else where you could be better served. And so, and as I say to you all that are now dibbling and dabbling in the metaverse, don't go up in the metaverse buying Jordans from Nike and be homeless up in that place. We want to make sure, that we're doing the right things in whatever we get involved in, because they know that we're consumers first. Black Regal said the other day, you don't want to be looking all shabby up in the metaverse. Well, I'm coming in with my same Chuck Taylors and my holes in my jeans and my t-shirts because I got to make this thing happen. So I don't know. I ain't going to have on no Gucci up in there either. So. And those of you that don't know that they're already in the metaverse, meaning Nike, Gucci, Dolce and Gabbana is on their way in with their platform to sell to us in the metaverse. And we don't need to be consumers in there like that. So some people do.
You're going to put a swap in the metaverse.
Yeah, I'm going to put a swap meet. I'm going to have a swap meet in the metaverse. But let me tell you, if I put a swap meet in the metaverse, you know who's got to run it. It can't be the people that's running it in the hoods right now, right? We got to be running. We got to put a Black Wall Street in the metaverse. So, yes. So that being said, I appreciate you. And look, I'm not interviewing you. You're interviewing me. So let me let you take your rightful place.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for Wine Women in Crypto. This is our final Wine Women in Crypto of the year, but we're coming back with a bang in January. So please, again, please don't do this alone. You want to get plugged in into communities that, will share correct information and, just encourage one another as we embark on this wonderful opportunity. Please follow us on social media. Okay, we're gonna write that in the comments. I think Miss Nancy has a question here. Do you know the schedule of the broadcast and the app to download? Okay, so we're gonna get to that. Celeste and Sam, shout out to Celeste and Sam working on the back end. But please follow us on social media. Join our virtual Underground Railroad community. Please, please, please. And let's look for ways to support Ms. Naja. If you want to partner, if you want to help, if you have resources, help Ms. Naja in what she's doing. She's someone who's not just talking, she's doing it, right? So we need to elevate people like her and really support her as best we can. If you're new to this space and maybe Bitcoin is just foreign to you, all you know about is Dogecoin or one of the altcoins, that's fine. Again, you want to get plugged into the community, come back to our events. Get plugged into Clubhouse, the Black Bitcoin Billionaires group. They have events pretty much every day. Don't do this alone and get the right information, please, please, please. If it sounds like a lot, no one starts knowing everything. So you keep coming back, you read step by step, and it'll become like second nature to you. So Ms. Naja, we thank you. We love you. I'm going to give you the final word. But this was an absolute pleasure. We have to do this again. And you're just such an inspiration again. Like you're incredible. And we're gonna look back and really marvel at how much of a visionary and just a revolutionary person that you are, and like how much you've done for so many people in this space. So thank you so much from the bottom of everyone who's listening, hearts, and just everyone. Thank you, Ms. Naja.
And thank you. And it was an honor to have you today to interview me. It was an honor to see your beautiful face. Even though on Clubhouse, y'all, she got this black picture of, she is absolutely gorgeous. And I appreciate her and the hard work that she does. For those of you that don't know, Erica is the one that booked all of our guests for these different shows that we do. She's the one that sends follow-up emails to thank them. She's the one that has just been instrumental since I met her on Clubhouse and through the tour. She's just been phenomenal. She was on every single day while I was on tour, making sure that the people in the next city that we were going to was available, that they were available, that they were ready. She made sure that we had everything that we needed. And I know she does not want me to tell y'all this, but ladies and gentlemen, to this day, Erica has volunteered. And even when I would send her something, she would send it back to me. So I have to say to you, Erica, you have been an inspiration to me. I love you. I appreciate every second you spend helping us out here at Crypto Blockchain Plug. You are a part of our family. And I am so looking forward to many, many years. This sister wants to and is going to be a doctor. For those who, I would say that as well, she wants to go to Howard Medical School. And so any of you that have any pull at Howard, we need to get this sister in. We need to get that tuition paid. And that is one of my focuses, because she spent a whole year giving of her time. Like real talk, 100%. So my mission is to make sure that she gets into Howard Medical School, although I wish she could stay with me. Maybe she'll be my personal doctor one day. I don't know. But, and hopefully I'm in good health. Black Regal got me in health, so I don't need a personal doctor. But no, we want to see you reach your goals and ask, all the things that you want to do. So we appreciate you, Black sister, Black queen. I appreciate you. And everybody else too.
Yes.
For all that you all do.
It is a pleasure. Thank you, Miss Naja. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to the Crypto Blockchain Plug team, Sam, Celeste, Tuesday, Ariana, Mr. Dimitri, everybody else. I'm sorry if I forgot a name. Miss Naja, you want to say the names?
Yes, Black Rigo, everybody.
Yes.
So you all are awesome. And I gotta give another shout out to everybody is fabulous.
Yes.
Everybody is fabulous.
Yes.
Cerise though,
Yes.
that girl.
I'm so sorry, Cerise. Yes.
Cerise does some killer pitch decks, y'all. So if y'all see some pitch decks, Miss Naja's pitch decks was looking real sad. And Cerise takes and puts her heart and soul into our pitch decks. So I appreciate her and appreciate you all and all that you do and bring. So with that, you all have an incredible rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Thank you on Clubhouse. Thank you on the live. Man, we went 1 hour and 16 minutes. So thank you all. You all are incredible. I will see you all in the morning. Oh, I forgot. I do a Twitter Spaces in the morning. It's called Wake That Ask Up. Wake That Ask Up, ASK with Bitcoin. It's on Twitter. We're doing it right now in the morning at 7 a.m. Pacific, which is 10 a.m. Eastern. So, and it's on Twitter. So peace and blessings, everybody. See y'all in the morning. Thank you. Love you guys.
Hello, my name is Nigel Roberts, and I would like to welcome you to the Virtual Underground Railroad. I'm really excited about this platform, and the reason why is because I got into financial services about 12 years ago, myself and my husband, because we really thought that we could be the change that we wanted to see. But the deeper we dove into financial services and the products that were being offered, we really realized that we couldn't help close the wealth gap, which is what both of us aspire to do. So the reason I'm super excited about this platform is because you're going to gain so much information. Listen, let's just keep it real. I pay a lot of money every month on subscriptions, and what I want to do is make sure that that information is at your fingertips so you don't have to pay for it like I have to pay for it, because some of these things I have to know. But one thing is for certain, inside of my platform, the Virtual Underground Railroad, we have a 360-degree program. We pull together some of the top experts in different industries to ensure you have the right information from people you can know, love, and trust. And so we're excited about this platform today. Every single week, I will be coming to you personally. There will be an Ask Me Anything session. You are going to be so glad that you're a part of the Virtual Underground Railroad. And I'd like to say thank you first and foremost for trusting me with your family and your learning experience. Have an incredible time at the Virtual Underground Railroad. See you inside.